all our police resources being utilized in this apartment community, or in our several apartment communities, and they found out that in the apartments, people, the managers, the owners, they were not doing good screening of the people, and it turns out that a lot of the threat that was going on in those apartments came from within the apartments. It was the residents themselves that were committing a lot of the crimes. And so a lot of people might have thought, oh, the threat is coming from outside the community, but it was actually in the community, in the people that were living right there in the community. And so they started looking at, well, what can we do to help these residents or these managers and property owners turn this whole situation around? And they came up with the idea of getting some training for the managers and property owners, and helping them screen their residents and helping them provide them information on evictions and getting something that we call the Crime Free Lease Addendum that helps, it's a tool that helps people evict people quicker. And so they started this whole process, which is a 3-step process. It starts with the 8-hour manager training. And this training is free, hosted by the police departments, and we bring in experts to talk about various topics. One of them is septhead, which you just got a real brief explanation of septhead, but the experts will come in and talk a couple of hours about all of the septhead strategies, and we'll have our gang detectives come in and talk to them about gangs and drug activity. We'll have attorneys come in and talk to the owners and managers about the eviction process, and we'll have people come in and talk about the screening process. And once this 8-hour of training is done, then we move into the second phase of the Crime Free Multi-housing program, which is a septhead assessment of the property. So you just heard me talk a little bit about the elements of septhead. So someone like myself or Richard would go out to the apartment community and we'd walk that property and we would look at landscaping, lighting, their door locks, and other things that are involved in septhead, and we would tell them these are some things that need to be done in order for you to make this property a little bit safer for the residents and to make it less appealing for criminals to come and hang out at this property. And once these upgrades are done, some minimal things have to be met, like landscaping, minimal standards have to be met. They do need to change their strike plates on their front doors, and they do need to make sure that everybody has a single cylinder deadbolt lock, and they do have to provide window thumb turn locks for the windows, and those are the minimal things that need to be met. And once these upgrades are done, the third phase of the certification process is the social, in which we bring the residents together and we come out, and it's sort of like a neighborhood watch. We talk to them about what this means as their property is now being certified a crime-free multi-housing property. We talk about what the residents' role is, meaning what they need to do in reporting crime and suspicious activity when they see it. And then we talk about what they can expect from management as far as them now being a crime-free multi-housing property. And then we eat and have a good time. 8-hour day that is broken up into sections throughout the day, probably a break every hour, something like that, and then a lunch break. Mm-hmm.
That's all right.
Yes, sir.
I seen a thing on TV about what's known as bumping, and that scared the hell out of me, and I went out and I bought new locks because it was just a cheap $10 lock on the door. But they sell the tools to do bumping over the internet. And that, I think, is probably the easiest way to break into a person's house. And I think, you know, if you mention that, it'll scare a lot of people.
What is bumping?
We saw that, and actually my partner showed that to me about a year ago or so.
Yeah, that's when I saw it.
Yeah, the interesting thing is when I see crime reports, and then Richard can maybe jump in, even though I asked him to be quiet. But I don't see that bumping is the reason why a lot of homes are broken into. That's my thinking. My thinking is that when homes are broken into, they're mostly going in through a door that's already open, because X amount of burglaries that are committed in these homes, people have left the doors or windows open. And that is a fact. People leave doors and windows open, and we make it easy for burglars to come in and for people to rob us. And the burglars know this. They know that for every individual that takes the time to take a preventative measure, like do a single cylinder deadbolt lock, or put the thumb turn locks on your windows, or to put those thorny plants under the windows, they know that for everyone that does that, there's 2 more that are clueless and are not doing it. So they don't have to spend time trying to make a big effort to get into a home that somebody is taking the time to think about, let me do some preventative measures here. Because they're going to say, hey, you know what, I'll just go to the home that's easy to get into, because burglars are lazy.
Much in Chula Vista then.
The bumping, I don't hear that as a reason why people are getting broken into.
What is it?
What is bumping?
Richard, you want to talk about that a minute?
Sure. Oh, I'm loud.
Okay.
What you do with bumping is you take a key, and you file it down just a little bit, you know, the bumps, and you put it in the deadbolt lock, and then you tap it. And what it does is, how door locks work is the keys, when you turn the key, it moves the pins inside and opens it. Well, when you're bumping, you tap it, and the vibration and the moving moves the pins so that it unlocks the lock. It's not real prevalent down in our part of the country. It's real big in Europe and somewhat on the East Coast, but we haven't seen a lot here. Most prominent point of entry, that's the most frequent way crooks get into our homes, is through open garage doors. The second most prevalent point of entry, how the crook gets into the home, is an unlocked side door. And the third most prevalent point of entry is an unlocked side window. So they don't really need to bump the locks or break a lock. We're leaving our homes open. Absolutely. If we just secure our homes, we can go a long way to protect our stuff.
All the people in a neighborhood were on the same page and had the same similar information, then you're really going to go a long way in displacing that would-be criminal. Because if he goes to your neighborhood and he sees that a lot of people are practicing the same crime prevention strategies, he's going to say, you know, I can't get anything done here, and he's going to move on to another neighborhood. Technique that we call target hardening, and it's something that we do recommend that people do to their homes, and I have a lot of information about that. I did not have the opportunity to share all of that information because we were focusing on septet tonight, but I'm going to pass around my card, and anybody that wants any further information on target hardening or other strategies that you could do with your own home to make it a little bit of a harder target against burglary, can please just contact me, and I'd be very happy to come and look at your home or send you the information. Thank you.